Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast. Out to V's Pelzer here, your voice manager. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak up about what has kept her silent for way too long. Happy Monday. Hey, happy Monday. Yay, yay. I am excited. You guys know that I get excited anytime I come and share a new message with you. And this one is amazing. We've been talking about being positioned for success and what that really looks like. And man, oh man, do I got a story for you. So this has been a phenomenal couple weeks, finishing out the year strong. Good morning. Good morning. I see you, Jessica. Hey, Cherie. Finishing out the year strong, really getting some things in order. Being behind the scenes, getting things in order. Y'all know, first of the year, what do? The purge. And so we are getting ready. Hey, Liz. Hey, Elizabeth. How are you this morning? We are getting ready for that purge. You guys have already been asking about it. The workbook will be available January 1st. Shazah. The workbook will be available January 1st for you guys to join us with the purge that we do the first quarter of the year. Why? Because we need to get some things in order, okay? So that part. Looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to it. And for those of you that do not know, I am Out to V's Pelzer. And this is the morning press. I come to you every morning about 9:15-ish to come and to motivate you and to be able to being able to press into your life and your business. Guys, I have started several media companies. The hashtag Real Voice League has been booming this year and doing all types of things and being able to make those international connections so that way we can expand in what we've been doing. We have the Speakeasy podcast, the Our Voice Matters blog, and then, oh my goodness, come January, the grid is coming. And so that is going to be for our women in business who are ready to take it to a whole nother level. That's the mastermind for you. I am excited. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Good morning and blessings to you, Rosa. I appreciate you. This has been a crazy couple of weeks. I'm finalizing everything because the last week in December, I am not doing nothing. So next week, I am off for the week. But I had some things I had to finalize, and it was crazy because I was looking at all of this stuff going on, and I said, wow, being positioned for success means I have to have a roadmap. And people often think about, I know we've kind of, that's old school. So some of you, this is going to be like, what's a map? Like a real physical map? A real physical map. And it brought back to my remembrance something that I did with my daughter a few years ago. And she had a project for school. She had to create her own map. And so what did my daughter want to do? Barbie Town. Fun times, right? So we got a cake pan that was a Barbie head, and we traced it and all of this stuff and did all these different things. And we went and researched all the different characters so we could have different places named after the characters. And there was this important piece of it that was called the key. How many of you ever had to make a map, and how many of you remember the key that you had to put at the bottom? Well, some people put it at the bottom, but it was the little box that told people what certain symbols really meant and where you were located and what different things were. Well, guess what? Here's the thing. Some of y'all have a roadmap with no key. Y'all better come on. Really? Karen says she still uses a road map. Listen, and I know we've gotten spoiled with GPS because GPS talks to us, and so we don't have to look at it. Well, sometimes you do, because y'all know GPS be petty some days. Let's just be real. Some mornings, some days, GPS is not always our friend. Good morning, Latanya. Hey, sis. I was just thinking about you. I hope everything is well with you. So we need to have that roadmap. The positioning for success means that I have to have the roadmap and I need the key so that way I can understand what everything is around me. And so as we were doing her map and putting together her key, it was like, wow, when you think about it, people that created maps, wow, they really had to be in tune with what was coming up that they could see. Here's the thing. That means that it has to be really, really important that I know what I'm looking at. See, I can have the roadmap and it'd be a whole bunch of little squiggly lines and I'm trying to figure it out. But when I want to have a clear destination, I need to know what everything is on the roadmap. I can't just have a roadmap and think that, because listen, what'll happen is you'll see a blue line and say, oh, that must be another road, and then you'll end up in a river. Y'all better come on this morning. Come on. She said, look, Karen said, GPS is a hot mess. Listen, Karen said it is a high funky mess. Good morning, Tracy. Come on. To succeed, you must have a roadmap to show me the way. And I have to have the key on that roadmap. So here's where it's so valuable for us. Is that some of you throughout the year have had the roadmap. Because at the beginning of the year, you did SMART goals. At the beginning of the year, you had a vision board. At the beginning of the year, you had some things that you put in place that said, you know what, this is going to be my year. And what ended up happening was there was no key. And so with everything that was going on, you did not know you could not distinguish between an opportunity and an obstacle. Oh, y'all better come on. Y'all better come on this morning. You could not distinguish between an opportunity and an obstacle because you were looking at something and you did not have a key to clearly define what you were looking at. And so you needed to go back. Somebody needed to remind you. That's why we did the Press Play series. That's why we kept it going. Why? Because you needed to go back to that map and say, okay, no, this is the key. Okay, so this is what I wanted to do this year. And that's okay. I wasn't able to do it. This was an obstacle. This was an opportunity. I missed this opportunity because of something that was out of my control. But guess what? I can still achieve that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Not all closed doors are locked. Y'all better come on this morning. Come on. Come on. That's it. Tracy said it. If you have the map and you can't read it, it's worthless. And so some of you didn't even put your vision board on the wall. Some of you didn't put any dates on your vision board. Some of you didn't put any action steps to go with the things on your vision board. Oh, this may not be the popular conversation this morning. Come on. Some people may leave this morning, and that's okay. Y'all just make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend, because this is where the rubber meets the road. There is no more just calculating. There is no more just, I can dream. And in my dreaming, I can take it really far. I can dream and daydream and dream all that. Because guess what? I'm not being held accountable for anything. See, when it's time to be held accountable for something, I need a key to tell me what everything is that I'm looking at. I need a roadmap so that way I'm not going in wrong directions. So that way I'm not just being distracted. Come on. And so that way I can be okay when there's a detour. Now, y'all better let that filter in your shanana. Because see, some of y'all, the detours come, and when the detours come, you get frustrated, you get fearful. The detours, they knock you off track. They make you cower in fear. But the reality is that a detour may be the direction you needed to go to success. Come on. Detours can still lead to success. Detours can still lead to you winning. Detours can, matter of fact, Detours can lead you to a bigger win than what you had in mind. Come on. Come on. Tracy said, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even make a vision board this year. And you're not alone. There's a couple people that I've spoken to, business owners that are like, no, I didn't even put goals down this year. I had a word for the year, or I had this, and they were like, yeah, no, I didn't even do that this year. Come on. It may not be popular, but it's important. You better say that. You better say that. Good morning, D. How are you? Come on, y'all better say that this morning. I need you to have the understanding. Let it go ahead and sit on it. Some of y'all may have to come back and watch this video a couple times, and that's okay. But what the thing that I need you to understand right now is that there will always be distractions and detours. And without the roadmap, you won't know how to come back from it. Come on. In life, there will always be distractions and detours. Without the roadmap, you will not know how to come back from them. Without the roadmap, you will not understand that what you thought was a detour was actually putting you in the right direction. What you thought was a distraction was something that was not meant for you. So it was meant for you to just go past it. It became a distraction because you thought it was for you. How many of y'all have ever been on the road? Good morning, Lorvelle. How many of you have ever been on the road and literally you're driving and you see that they had the truck stop? They got the stop in the middle. You know, people can go stop in the restrooms and they can go shop or they can go eat and things like that. But that wasn't what you needed. Y'all better catch this morning. So if you spent too much time looking at it, you found yourself starting to veer towards it. But it wasn't even something you needed. You may not have even needed the bathroom break. Come on. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate you guys. You may not have even needed the bathroom break. You didn't need anything to eat at the moment. But because you were distracted by something you didn't even need, you got off track. Come on. Come on. Roadmaps are necessary to reach your goal. You got off track. And so you ended up not only putting yourself off track, y'all better catch this, but you went and now you also put the people that were behind you off track. Come on. You distracted them. You causing a 6-car pile up out here on the highway because you went and got distracted by something that wasn't even for you. Can I tell y'all something? I need y'all to say this below. I'm only focusing on the things that I need to focus on for me and my journey. Here's the thing. When you are focused on the things that you need to focus on, when you worry about yourself, then what happens is I stop being a distraction and I stop being destruction in other people's lives. Y'all better catch that. When I learn to focus on what it is that I am trying to achieve, I stop being the distraction and the destruction in other people's lives. See, we're looking at the destruction and the distraction that has come up in our lives through this year, everything that has happened, all of the things that have come about. But guess what? If you go ahead and just focus on the goal, if you focus on the destination, then you'll stop being the distraction and the destruction for those around you. Come on. Look, Karen said, mind your business. Karen said it. Good morning, Dwayne. I see you this morning. Karen said, mind your business. Come on. Come on. Look, Tracy said I had a good paying day job that honestly drains my soul. Come on. And doesn't make me happy. I got pregnant and we thought it was going to be a detour, having to take time off. Come on. Come on. But it turned out to be an opportunity to get back to what I love and to be able to do a complete pivot. Sometimes the things that we looking at as a detour, it wasn't even, listen, yeah, it put you on the right path. Because sometimes, can we be honest? And this year, I think this year was the year that really showed us. If you haven't gotten the press play bundle, you need to go ahead and get that, because when we went through that whole when we went through the strategy session, there's some key things that I shared with them when it comes to purging that was really important, especially from this year. Everything that we went through this year, everything that we had from years before, purging is important. Okay, that part, it's important. So you had to get to a clear understanding of where I'm going. I can't get to where I'm going if I'm carrying things that's not meant for me to carry. For some people, they're like, oh, I want to leave my job. But is that the destination? Is that really what you need? Because some of you, your job is giving you the experience that you need. You have to understand, and you cannot follow. And this is the thing. Ooh. If I'm in Maryland, I can't pull out a Pennsylvania roadmap and think that it's going to get me to my destination. Somebody better catch that real quick. Somebody better hashtag catch it. I'm in Maryland. I cannot take out a Pennsylvania roadmap and think that it is going to get me to my destination because I'm not in Pennsylvania. I'm not in Pennsylvania. I get it. It's a map. Come on. Come on. I understand. Dora the Explorer, they had us thinking, I'm the map. I'm the map. I get it. I understand. It's a map. But if it's not the map for the destination to where you're going, then all it is a distraction. Y'all better. I'm talking gooder than what y'all listening this morning. Come on. Are you looking at, listen, Tracy said it. Are you looking at the roadmap that you need? The map for you. Being positioned for success is then I got to take my eyes off of what everybody else is doing. I got to take my eyes off of where somebody else is going. I can't compare my journey to their journey because we don't have the same roadmap. It's individualized. I understand there's a lot of things that can be lumped together, guys. I get it. We can have a straw man for a lot of stuff. We can use templates for a lot of stuff. I get it. But I think some of us have gotten drunk on templates so much so that we've lost our individuality. Come on. Good morning, Lisa. Blessings to you, sis. So much so that we've lost our individuality. Because now we think we don't have, y'all better, Now we think we don't have what it takes for us to be able to create something because we think we always got to go to a template and pick something up. And so now we're not sitting and spending time in our creative space. We're not sitting and spending time just writing things out. We're waiting for someone else to do it for us all the time because now I don't even realize what that power is. Good morning, Sharia. How are you this morning? I don't realize what that power is. So now I'm stuck relying on somebody else's roadmap. Come on. Good morning, Natasha. I'm relying on somebody else's roadmap. And I don't need to be relying on everybody else's roadmap. I need to figure out what my roadmap is going to be for me. I told people in that strategy session, good morning, Wilma, that listen, we can still finish 2020 strong. You can still start the course. You can still do the program. You can still register for school. Whatever goal there was a goal that you had that you could still complete. Good morning, Carolyn. Good morning. There was still something that you could do. There was still something that you could put your hands on and finish. And what happens is when we're so focused on somebody else's roadmap, then we say, oh, well, they did it before now, so now I can't do it. How many of y'all this year said, I can't start a podcast because there's already, it's a saturated market? Thank you for sharing, Wilma. How many of you said, I can't start a podcast because it's a saturated market? I can't write a book because it's a saturated market. I can't be a speaker because, all the live events are shut down, so I can't be a speaker this year. How many of you really talked yourself out of what it is that you could have completed this year? And it's because we weren't looking at our roadmap. We were looking at somebody else's roadmap and thinking that that roadmap pertained to us. And all it became was a distraction. Look, Carolyn said me. All it became was a distraction. And so here it is. It's time for us to move past the distraction. That's why we did the Press Play series. That's why we're doing this Position for Success series. Why? It's time to move past what happened this year. Now, was it devastating? Yes. Was it painful? Yes. Did people lose loved ones? Yes. I need you to understand, we take moments to take care of our heart. We take moments to take care of our mind. Why? Because I have to heal in this moment. I can't carry it into 2021. Can I just be honest? Some of you, because you haven't been looking at the roadmap, you're literally about to ride off a cliff, because you're about to drag everything from 2020 right into 2021. You didn't see the turn. Come on. You didn't see that there was a turn coming. I don't know who this for this morning. Y'all better catch it. You did not see that there was a turn coming. And in that turn coming, it was going to put you in the right direction. But because you were looking at somebody else's roadmap, you kept going straight when you should have turned. For some people, it was a pivot. For some people, it meant closing the doors of their business. For some people, it meant launching something else. For some people, it meant a redirection of their niche. For some people, it meant going and saying bye to some of their clients, or going and saying yes to a whole new target audience. I get it. We think we by ourselves. People were literally scraping together this year. And again, people don't want to tell their truth. I understand. Because you don't want people to think that you're incapable of doing a business. You don't want people to look at you like you're a failure. I get that. But I need you to get back in alignment with the focus and the plan that is for your life. I need you to get back in alignment with that. Come on. I need you to get back in alignment with it. Come on. Carolyn said it. Hashtag my turn is coming. Get back in alignment with that. Press play on your life. Get positioned for success. Why? Because guess what? Nobody can do it for you. Nobody can do it for you. Tracy said, I feel like 2020 was like me falling off a cliff, LOL. But really, it was just a very scary stretch of road leading to a better destination. Come on. Have you ever looked at a video where, y'all better come on. Y'all better catch this. Have you ever looked at a video where you're going up the side of a mountain? Y'all better catch it. You're going up the side of a mountain, and on one side is dangerous. If you veer off of this path, it is dangerous. It could be the death of you. And when I say the death of you, it can be the death of you physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. It can be the death of you. But if you stay focused, you get to a beautiful destination. You get to the top of the mountain where your view changes completely. See, some of you, this year has been a struggle for you because you're still looking at the same things. You have not been able to stay on the road so that way you could go and see a different view. So that way you can see a different vantage point. All year long, I've been putting people in position so they can see a different vantage point. And it didn't matter. Good morning, Donna. It didn't matter what happened before. It didn't matter who said what. It didn't matter what didn't go right. None of that mattered. I was putting them in a position so that way they could have a different vision and view for their life. Why? Because guess what? There's enough people that lost their vision this year. There was enough people that lost vision of their family. They lost vision of that job that they thought was so perfect. They lost the vision of being happy. There's so many people that lost their vision of being in joy and just enjoying their lives. There's so many people that lost their vision, and it's because they took their eyes off of the roadmap. I need you to put your eyes back on your roadmap. Come on. I need you to put your eyes back on your roadmap. I need you to gather yourself up. I need you to press the play button. Take your finger off the pause button. Put yourself back in that position of saying, no, I can win. Yes, I can be an author. Yes, I can be a speaker. Yes, I can start a podcast. Yes, I can do great things. And guess what? I just need to get back to looking at my roadmap to see where I veered off and made a wrong turn so that way I can go ahead and get back on the right road. Some of you, literally, these last few weeks of 2020, this is your time to get back on the right road. That's why I said we can still finish strong. Because you can still get back on the right road. You can still complete something. The only thing holding you back is you. The only thing holding you back is you. And I have seen far too many people go and get distracted by what somebody else is doing. And it's crazy because you don't even think about the things that they're completing and the things that they're doing until you see them doing it. And then you're like, oh, maybe I should be doing that for my business. Oh, maybe I should be doing that for my family. Oh, maybe I should be doing that for the. Come on. Put your eyes back on your roadmap and reset your directions to reach your goals. Put your eyes back on your roadmap. No fear. Listen, if that means you need to get a coach, get a coach. If that means that you need to get a mentor, get a mentor. A mentor and a coach is different. I tell my clients that all the time. They are very much different. People don't realize that. Please stop confusing the two. Please stop confusing the two. A coach and a mentor is very different. They are very different, yes. A coach can become a mentor, but a coach and a mentor is very different. Come on. Carolyn said, look, come on now. And that's what took me off course. Listen, a coach and a mentor is very different. An accountability, somebody that holds you accountable, is not always your friend. It just gonna hurt. Can I just be honest? When you're looking at the roadmap takes you in scary places sometimes. It takes you in places that you ain't never been. It'll take you in places that literally, I told you, it'll be that drop on the side of the mountain and you like, let me stay completely focused. That's that moment when you turn down the music because you want to make sure you can drive right. Y'all know we got things that we do. You turn down the music so that way you can drive, you can focus. Accountability. This is the thing. And my accountability community, I tell them this all the time, but they see it. Accountability, the right accountability gives you a 95% chance of success. Google it. Even if it like flickers a little bit, the right accountability will give you a 95% chance of success. Can we just be honest this morning? Some of you got connected with people that gave you a little bit of accountability, but you didn't see any change. You took one class, you read one book, you got into, one program. And I always tell people one is not enough. That's like you taking one class and then saying, I can graduate high school now. Or you taking one class and saying, I can become a surgeon. No, boo, you can't. And as out of tune as some of the stuff that they do when it comes to, secondary education, there's some things that need to be upgraded, yes. But guess what? There's a reason why they take the classes they take. There's a reason why it's a continuous process. There's a reason why social workers and all these different people have certain classes that they have to take every year. They have a certain number of classes and a certain number of hours of things that they have to take each year. There's a reason why teachers get CPR and first aid certification regularly. You know why? Because things change. You know why? Because things change. And when you have the right accountability will keep your butt focused. So that way you are not all over the place, jumping from class to program, to class to program, to class to program, and not implementing things. That part. Whew, come on. Come on. Tracy said, oh, you mean I can't graduate with just one class? Darn. She said, it's like learning is a lifetime journey or something. Exactly. And this not gonna be popular. Some people may, unfollow me, unfriend me. That's not a problem. It's okay. Anybody that's telling you that one class is going to be it for you, they don't have your best interest at heart. That's like telling you, here, take this map for Maryland and drive to California. They don't have your best interest at heart. And that's just honesty. When somebody can honestly say to you, as a coach, as a mentor, when they can honestly say to you, I can take you this far, but I can't take you any further. I can take you to this point, but then you're going to need X, Y, and Z. That is somebody with integrity. That is somebody who has your best interest in heart. And they're saying to you, I got the roadmap that can help. I can guide you on your roadmap up into this part. But when you get past this part, you're going to need somebody else that can help you with the next part. Let's just be honest and be truthful. I think 2020 has been a year for us that has literally put us in a position that the wool was pulled from our eyes. Reality check. Things that you thought you needed, you didn't need. I'm just talking, as my good friend Roz would say. I'm just talking. The things that you thought you needed, you didn't need. The things that you thought you that you were going and running and scrounging up money to get were not always things that you needed. Come on, this is why we do the purge at the beginning of the year. Y'all gonna want to get that book January 1st. I'm just trying to told you. Come on. Come on. Lifelong learning is essential to become successful. It's essential. I'm always learning. What do you know? What was one of the things that really stood out for people this year? Was really looking at the value of who they were, the value of your business and what it had to offer people in a time like this, the value of your words, the value of your time. If you didn't understand the value of your time, this year made you look at it with a magnifying glass. being positioned for success and having that roadmap, it made you look at all the intricate pieces of you. It made you look at all the intricate pieces. All right, Karen, it did. It made you look at all the intricate pieces. And then when I looked at all the intricate pieces, it made me, y'all know, one of the phrases that I've been saying to y'all this over these last few weeks is, when I see the value of my time and I pay attention to the value of my time, the value of my time goes up. Listen, the value goes up on my time. I can increase the value. Why? Because I'm paying more attention to it. That means that I'm going to look at it and say, well, it's more valuable to who I'm giving it to as well. Come on. Come on. Carolyn said, Lord, take the scales off my eyes. I can't tell you how many people have come to me and just been like, well, you know, I went ahead and took this class, or I went ahead and bought this program. I'm looking like, but you don't need that program. You don't need that class. But they took it. And so here you are looking at somebody else's roadmap, and you didn't reach your destination. But they reached theirs, and they may not even reach their destination. That's a whole another subject. Listen, that's why y'all need that Press Play bundle. bit.ly/WVL Press Play. Y'all need that Press Play bundle, because for sure enough, there are so many people you're looking at somebody else's roadmap and they haven't even made it to their destination, but you want to follow them. Come on. Come on. Come on, Donna. Come on. You want to follow them, but they didn't even make it to their destination. Come on. You can't. Come on. The dash in between. Come on, come on. It doesn't stop. And this year, I said enough was enough. I'm taking those women that are saying that they're ready. Enough is enough. They're done. And we going all in. The mastermind that starts next month is only 10 women. We going all in. We about to take it to a whole nother level. It's not even open to everybody. That part. There is a process for you to get into that mastermind. The accountability membership is open enrollment. You can enroll at any time. But when I tell you, you only going to get out of it what you're able to put into it, because it's a lot of information. But man, I'm seeing people really be able to take that value and move forward. They got the roadmap for them. That strategy session that we did Sunday, it was them having the roadmap for them. It was them literally taking their eyes off of other people's roadmap and putting their eyes on theirs. And the responses, I may even clip some of the responses they gave afterwards during the Q&A session, because the responses were like, did you, like, I didn't even realize I was doing this, or I didn't even realize this, or that just set me on fire right there. That part right there set me on fire. People started saying, oh, I need a call with you because I need to see what program I need to be in. I need to, we got to do some things. We got some things we got to change. It was so valuable. And I was so thankful to be able to do it in the time that we were in. Like, we still had a couple weeks left, and I'm like, let's go. We can still do this. Send the book to the publisher. Let's go. I want to see how many of them ladies publish books before the end of the month. They got a couple. They got what? We still got a little less than 2 weeks. They still got a little less than 2 weeks, y'all. Let's go. Look, just because you're headed to Florida for spring break with your friends doesn't mean that's where you're supposed to be. You better come. Tracy, I feel like you just had a flashback. I feel like you just had a flashback right there. Come on, Tracy. Come on. D said my book is at the publisher right now. And like I said, this was a year I published 3 books this year. I published 2 anthologies and a journal this year. I have 1 that'll be done before the end of the year, and then I have 1 that's being the one that'll come out in January, which is the Purge Workbook. And then I have another one that'll be out in February. Yeah, that one in February, that's my baby right there. I've been excited about that one. But that's literally, so the one that'll be out before the end of the year will be book number 20. The one for January is 21, and then the one in February is 22. We can do this. We really can. Come on, let's go. Dee said her first book, Collect the Cash, drops 2021, y'all. Let's go. Shout out to D. Go ahead, sis. And that's what it was about. It was just focusing on your roadmap. Focusing on that roadmap. That's what that press, I'm telling you, bit.ly/WVL press play. That's what that whole bundle was about. That's what the strategy session was about. It was about us being able to finish the year strong. So we had the momentum to start 2021 strong. Come on. Oh, exactly. Especially this year. There were a lot of people that left for spring break, and it was like, I don't know about y'all. You're welcome, D. That's what we do over here. We support, genuine support, like genuine support. Y'all know every year I shout out authors that published their books in 2020, like in that year. So I did a article on the blog talking about, shouting out some of the authors that published this year. There's a blog post that's coming out tomorrow that's highlighting some messages from, the co-authors of #Unmuted. I'm excited about that, y'all. We had to put some things on hold with that because of COVID. I mean, life happens. We get detours, guys. That's okay. Did it put you in a better position? And it did, because I am in connection with a few people who are sending me even more information and more stuff when it comes to women's organizations globally, because y'all know that's one of my hearts when it comes to poverty, homelessness, domestic violence, child abuse, like all human trafficking, all of those things. That's the core of World Voice League. And so throughout the year, we literally, and this is something that I guess every business is different. I'm real different. So throughout the year, we support organizations that help in those areas, in some way, shape, or form. And even now with COVID, and with quarantine and all the things that was going on, we took an even bigger step and was able to help a lot of different organizations in a couple different ways. And it warms our heart. I don't ever post it. Like, y'all don't see me posting, oh, we doing this year, we doing that, oh, we just did that. Y'all don't see me posting any of it because there's no need to. But I tell my community about some of the things we're doing, because I tell them, your money, this is where it's going. Remember, y'all know I'm a firm advocate on, you should have a return on your investment. You should know what your money is doing. And so I go and I let them know, listen, this is what your money is doing. We're going and we're supporting this. We're going and supporting that. We were able to go and support, there was a woman, this one touched my heart. because there was a woman who was in a domestic violent relationship, and she was on an island in the midst of COVID. And so y'all know travel was crazy, all types of things. And, through support, we were able to support them getting her off the island and getting her into safety. Like that right there is going to always trump me being able to have a pretty graphic, me being able to have a pretty, that's going to trump everything else. I'm different. That's going to trump it. We were able to help organizations. We were able to link up with other organizations this year and help support different people on the front line. And guess what? That is valuable to me. For others in business, that may not be valuable for them. And that's okay. But as for me in my house, we will serve the Lord and serve his people. As for me in my house, now what other people do in their house is, their house. Come on. Oh, really? So Carolyn just said, yes, she said she joined Charleston Uplift to help and volunteer with the homeless. I love it. I love it. This year, and I was crazy cracking up this year. This year, we started working with, it's called Pandemic Food Drive. And if you saw the Disney special this year, whatever that is, the Disney special that they do for Thanksgiving, I think, then you saw me in the video. No special. I wasn't doing nothing special. I was doing what everybody else was doing. I was handing boxes and helping to hand out food. And then we're looking at somewhere there's a woman in California. There's a woman in California who does, she does stuff for the homeless. And I mean, she does it out of her own pocket, y'all, like all throughout the year. And she gives them blankets, she gives them food, gift cards, all types of stuff. And so I know we want to support them before the end of the year as well. But man, it's being able to support in such a way where it's not about what you can get back, because sometimes you'll never meet the people that you're actually supporting. You're never, but like people will say, I'll see somebody post something and they'll say, I know a family that's in need, and y'all know that's my heart. I've been there. I've been homeless. I've been through, I published my first book while I was still homeless. So, when you've been through something and you've come out on the other side, you want to put yourself in a position that you can support somebody else who's coming out on the other side. And, when you've been, and this is a full transparent moment. Some of y'all may leave because y'all ain't ready for this. When you've always thought that you had to look at somebody else's roadmap, it's very hard to make the transition of looking at your own roadmap. And so when I rebranded, I spent time thinking that I had to do what everybody else did. I had like almost 100 courses and programs and all of this stuff. And I was doing stuff because that was what, was quote unquote the thing to do when it came to coaching back in that time. But when you look at your roadmap, then you're okay with setting yourself apart. When you look at your roadmap, then you're okay with being different. Like, you're okay if somebody, calls you out for being different. You're okay with that. Hey, LaDonna. Hey, sis. You're okay with that. And I had to get to the point where I was okay with standing out and not being like everybody else. And it made a huge difference for me. But I published the first book while I was homeless. So I understand that mindset. You know, I as a single mother, I understand you trying to build something and feeling like you're doing it by yourself. I get that. You know, losing your mother and not having the support that you know, you see other people that are like, you know, don't even talk to their parents or could care less and treat their parents like crap. And you're like, man, I wish I had my mother. I wish I could go and hug her right now. I wish, listen, I know we got COVID. I wish I could go and dance outside her window. I wish I could go do those things. I don't have that. And so it affects me. But if I look at somebody else's roadmap, then I'll be jealous of what they have. And it's not for me to be jealous of. It's for me to look at it and say, I may not have it, but how can I support somebody else so that way they can? You know, it's the little things. Come on. Come on. Carolyn said it. Come on. I'm okay with being set apart. It's the little things. And I've seen so many people, because we're so programmed when we go to a job, they want you to be, they want you to be bipolar at a job because they want you to think individually, but then they want you to fall in alignment and be like everybody else. And you're like, make it make sense, because I can't do both. Like you want me to flip flop back and forth on your time, like on when you tell me to flip flop, and it doesn't work that way. And so for me, that was one of the reasons why working jobs for however long, management positions, being a manager trainer, right under the district manager, and I mean, just so many different things. But it never fit for me because I'm going to think outside the box. And they did not like it. They did not always like it. Come on. Oh, Tracy said a good point. My family always dictated my roadmap. This year, I started making my own, and it is super difficult and scary. Yes, come on. Your family will impact your roadmap. Your church family will impact your roadmap. Your neighborhood sometimes will impact your roadmap because you're looking at what, you know, oh, I can't make it past where I am. Sometimes that'll be what really like impacts your roadmap. Come on. Come on. You better say that, Tracy. Sheep aren't individuals. And so it's difficult though, because you know, there's some things that we're called to do that are like what other people are doing, and that's okay. There's some things that we're called to do that are going to be different and make us stand out. Because, you know, they always say, what's the, I think it's a Chinese proverb that the nail that's stands out is the one that gets hit. Yeah, you're going to get hit. You stand out. But think about it, not that you're getting hit out of a punishment, but you're getting hit because you're used as a resource. Y'all better catch that. You're not getting hit out of punishment. You're getting hit because you are a resource that somebody needs. That part. You are a resource that somebody needs. I don't know who needed this morning. I don't know which one of y'all was like, you know what? I don't even think I can, 2 weeks. I don't know. Unicorn. I don't know. Listen, we got a little less than 2 weeks. You can still get some things done. Check out your roadmap today. Look at your vision board that you had at the beginning of the year. Look at your SMART goals that you had at the beginning of the year. Get the bundle, get the Press Play bundle. Go ahead, dive into that strategy session. Listen to it. Listen to like an hour a day. Do the work, because it is a working session, trust and believe. Do the work. But really put yourself in a position to where when you end on December 31st, that you, no matter what happened, can honestly say that you did something. You completed something this year. You were able to check something off of your list this year. That's valuable. And that'll give you that momentum to start the year on fire. That's it. Press play. bit.ly/WVL, press play. That momentum to start the year fresh and on fire. You know how everybody was new year, new me. Right now, people are in a really like foggy headspace. They really are. So they don't know what they want to do. They don't know how they want to try to achieve things. They've given up, but it's not the time to give up. So I appreciate you guys. I got to go get some more work done and get started for these interviews because I got podcast interviews like coming up today. And whoop, whoop. Yeah, these are the last podcast interviews for the year for 2020. And then we start fresh back in 2021. If you haven't done so, bit.ly/speakeasy guest is how you can be a guest on the show. We got some things coming. And we about to hit the ground running. So I appreciate you guys. Those catching me for the first time, thank you for joining us. I hope you come back and make sure that you tell me where it is you're coming in from so I can come and high five you in the comments. But not just that, take this to a whole nother level, y'all. Don't hold back. Don't hold back now one bit. Take it to a whole nother level. Look, Tracy said I got 6 weeks to prove that I can make a decent income in my business, or I have to go back to the job, to the day job. Come on, you got this, sis. You got this. She said that's amazing motivation right now. You got this. Where's your strategy? That's what we talked about, that strategy session. Clearing some things out and really putting that strategy in place so that way you could go ahead and say, all right, no, I got things to get done. Let's go. We got things to do. Come on. Come on. Yes. Come on, South Carolina in the building. Come on. Indiana, come on. Y'all, I love it. We have people that come and watch the replays from all over the world, y'all, and I appreciate it. I do. There's more. I'm making more and more connections internationally, guys, and it warms my heart because it's motivation, it's inspiration, and that's what this is about. People that said they weren't able to speak this year and they can't. No, you can still be a speaker this year. Press the go live button. Talk, speak, become unmuted. #unmuted. Listen, Carolyn said, prioritize, strategize, don't compromise. Come on. That's how we put it into practice. And that's the biggest thing, is taking action. Deliberate action is so important. So I love you guys. Let me go. I will talk to you guys later. Be on the lookout for some posts coming and some other information coming up. Guys, I gave y'all updates like Periscope closing and some things that was going on with Facebook being sued and some other stuff that's coming about. But that's all over in the free Facebook group, #World Voice League. We look forward to you coming and joining the conversation. Until next time, guys, don't forget to press it out. See ya.